About Extreme Rules. So that was a very good pay-per-view. I was very excited for it to begin with, and I was very excited of how it ended too. The matches were okay, and there could have been a lot more done differently, I feel, but let's get into that now. So let's get into the review, some spoilers, spoiler warning if you don't want to know what's going to happen tomorrow night on Raw, and the eventual coming weeks. So here we go. The pre-show featured Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler in a no disqualification match. It was a very short-lived match, about 7 minutes long, and it saw that Baron Corbin defeated Dolph Ziggler after hitting him with a low blow, and then of course Baron Corbin, got the pin after hitting his finisher. That's okay. We finally get to end this feud, and Baron Corbin gets to go move on somewhere else, and Dolph Ziggler the same. So it's good. Maybe that they're done. I don't know. Maybe they are. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. There we go. So then we got on to the main show. Sorry, the microphone. Whoops. Go to the main show. The first match was the Club, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, versus the Usos, who I hate so very much. I hate their gimmick. I don't like them. I hated them more in the main event, but I'll get to that soon. Well, we saw Gallows and Anderson go over, beat the Usos in the Tornado Tag Team match, and they finally pick up a credible victory. Finally, after being pinned by the Usos just a week ago. What the hell? The booking doesn't make sense. It's very logical, but they were teasing the whole, well, will the Usos be able to come out and help Roman Reigns later on in the night? Kind of, thinking. But we'll come to see out that doesn't matter. Because why does it matter? Conventional thinking in wrestling, why do you have that? Don't lose it when you walk out the front door. Next match we had was the U.S. Championship match with Kalisto versus Rusev. Now, Rusev looked like a freaking monster in this match, and he took the title away from Kalisto. Kind of surprisingly, I think everybody saw the writing on the wall with how poorly Kalisto's been booked. There's only so many matches you can have big guy versus little guy, especially with a championship in the mix. So yeah, I'm glad they put it on Rusev. He gets to go back to be the big bad monster that he needs to be. He needs to get back to that gimmick. And I think Kalisto needs to go back to the tag team division. Maybe work on his promo skills a little bit more. Maybe we'll see him in the future as a singles competitor. We probably will. So there's that. The next match was the Tag Team Championship match, where we saw the New Day defeat the Vaudevillains and retain their championships. This was a very entertaining match, and a few spots you kind of wondered, wow, are they actually going to put the Vaudevillains over? Because it kind of seemed that way. Very swaying of the momentum, but all in all, we saw Kofi Kingston, who was not in the match. It was actually Xavier Woods and Big E who were in the match tagging. We saw Kofi come in and kick, I can't remember, I think it was Simon Gotch in the corner, kick him in the head, and then Xavier Woods picks up the victory. It was very good, very entertaining. They're pretty much setting up Enzo and Cass versus the New Day at SummerSlam, or we're going to get to that eventually, I would suspect. So that's very good, very entertaining. I'm kind of glad it happened. Also on the show, we saw the Dudley Boys get taken out by Big Cass. So there's some unfinished business between Enzo and Cass whenever Enzo does come back, and then the Dudley Boys. So that's very entertaining. I'm kind of glad that they're keeping that storyline going on and that keeping that in the forefront of everybody's vision. So we get to have that. So, but I think that was, the Tag Team Championship match was actually the shortest match of the night, coming in just below 7 minutes. It kind of didn't seem like it, but it was very fast paced. The next match of the night, which you thought went on forever, and you kind of wanted it to, was the Intercontinental Championship match. And I cannot give kudos enough to every single competitor in this match, spot after spot after spot. They were on par for each and every one of them. Good Lord, everyone in this match liked $1 million. And honestly, this could be the match of the year. Okay, first off, let me say, any match Sami Zayn is in can be the match of the year because he is that damn good. He's that damn good. Trust me, his character, there might not be a lot behind it, but besides, being an underdog, but damn can he wrestle and he can put on a match, and he's very highly entertaining. But yeah, that was very good. We saw The Miz retain his championship after was it Kevin Owens? No, after Sami Zayn hit a haluva kick on Cesaro fell. Kevin Owens pulls out Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn throws Kevin Owens into the barricade. Miz climbs in the ring, pins Cesaro since he's down. But the best thing of this match was the first thing that happened. Kevin Owens was against the turnbuckle at the beginning of the match, and right when the bell rang, Sami Zayn comes across the ring, hits a haluva kick, and he's knocked out of the ring for about 5 minutes. And that was pitch perfect booking, pitch perfect writing. It was a great match, and it was very exciting. The placement of this match was very odd because I don't know if they thought they didn't have anything with the next match, or they didn't think this match was going to be very well received as it was. It got a standing ovation when every guy was on the ground and everybody was just doing the yes chant. It was amazing. The next match, not so much. The next match went around 27 minutes long, and this was the Asylum match. And this was a very misplaced match because the crowd was exhausted. And normally after matches that you have that are, extraordinary, like the Intercontinental Championship match, you have kind of a breather match. This is where they would used to put the Divas match, or, they would used to put an up-and-coming star like maybe an Apollo Crews or Baron Corbin. But they didn't. They just went straight into another, near 30-minute match after almost having a 20-minute match before this, with nothing but a little video package in between. I felt that very much hurt this match of the Asylum match because it was a very boring match, very slow building. It kind of picked up steam once they brought the thumbtacks out, because we saw Ambrose beat Jericho using dirty deeds on thumbtacks, which really he just hurt himself more than anything. I think he got one in the elbow, and Jericho had like a bunch in his back after Ambrose powerbombed him on the thumbtacks. But they teased a lot of stuff in this match. They brought almost every single weapon down besides the bucket and the potted plant, and they only used it once. We didn't get to the barbed wire covered 2x4 for maybe 20 minutes. It took them 20 minutes after it was already knocked down to come back and grab it and use it, and it was very slow. It just didn't make a lot of sense for it to be that slow, and there was, I hate to sound like bloodthirsty, but this was an extremely hardcore match, and you didn't feel that hardcore intensity that you normally would have from, back 04, 03, even in the 90s. You didn't feel that, and I didn't feel that. So this match came off very boring until the end, and I think more so I was excited that it finished more than anything, and that you did see Ambrose come out on top because he needed to. He needed this victory. I would like to see it a little bit faster, but, it works. It works, and we'll see where he gets projected into the future from here, who he feuds with next, because odds are this might have been Chris Jericho's last match on his tenure now. There's been rumors floating around that in June that his contract is up for this stint in WWE, so maybe he signs a contract extension, maybe something else. We'll see what goes on tomorrow night. Now, the next match after that was the Women's Championship match that saw Charlotte defeat Natalya with a figure 8 leg lock after, oh God, what's her name? I can't remember her name. The newer diva or woman that just came out. Can't remember her name for the life of me. But yeah, she came out dressed up as Ric Flair. All you saw was the robe. His music hit, and for some odd reason, Natalya looked stunned, like shooken up, stunned, and couldn't stop taking her eyes off of her. And you didn't understand why. You kind of saw where it was going, and then after Dana Brooke, that's what it is, Dana Brooke. Okay, so yeah, Dana Brooke came out. It didn't make any sense. None of this made sense, and it just continues to hinder Charlotte and how far it's Ric Flair is hindering her now. Pairing her up with Dana Brooke as an enforcer is going to hinder her even more. It's going to hold her character back to where we can't progress anything. This would have been the perfect storm to drop the title, break up Charlotte and Ric Flair. You could have had anyone go against Natalya for the championship as Charlotte's dealing with her woes with her father. It could have been something great. I'm hoping they have something in store for us with this, because right now I'm not excited about the women's division. Even though they just did main event with the contract signing Raw, I'm not excited about this at all. I'm kind of disappointed in the outcome. Not because of the way it happened. I'm okay with Charlotte retaining, but if it's on her own, and it wasn't, which is holding her character back, in my opinion. Now, of course, your opinion may differ than mine. You may think, oh my God, that's the greatest thing they've ever done. That's fine. That's fine. I respect your opinion. As always, I respect your opinion. It just wasn't for me. And yeah, I just feel like it's hindering her and holding her back. Now, the next match we saw, which I have a lot of problems with, but I can be okay with them for one reason. And I know everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows that Seth Rollins came back tonight. But the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match, which saw Roman Reigns retain his title against AJ Styles. Now, okay, this match was also around 25 minutes long, and it did involve going out in the ring, out of the ring, out into the audience, using multiple different barricades. You saw AJ Styles try to do a Styles Clash on the floor when they brought up the mat on the floor and they exposed the concrete. They used the pre-show table as one of their little tables that they threw each other on. It was done extremely well. The crowd was not behind Roman from the get-go, and nothing he did would change that. Even when he had, it was like a crucifix power bomb-ish move where he had him up behind him like I don't remember if it's called a widow's peak, but he had him behind him, and then he picked him up kind of like a last ride, and then dropped him on a sit-down power bomb, and that was extremely well performed, extremely well done by both gentlemen. And that honestly should be his finisher. That looked fantastic. And the crowd popped. The crowd popped for that move because it was something different. Something we haven't seen Roman Reigns do. And that's something that we want because normally it's, open fist punch and open fist uppercuts. But it's something different. It's actually a wrestling move. That's something that we normally don't see Roman Reigns do. But back to the match at hand. The match was done very well in the sense that we've already seen it at Payback. We saw it happen at Payback. We've seen this match before. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson come on down, attack Roman Reigns, boot of doom, pull AJ on top. Roman Reigns kicks out. AJ Styles hits a Styles Clash. AJ Styles hits a Styles Clash on the chair. You have the Usos come out before that. They attack Carl Anderson. They attack Luke Gallows. They attack AJ Styles. It's convoluted. Everything was going on. You had AJ with all the momentum, and he still came up short. Now, I'm sure this kind of writes itself for storyline purposes within the club's storyline and what they're going for, because it does seem like with what transpired tonight that they are possibly going for a breakup, although with AJ Styles seemingly turning, I guess, heel, I guess if you want to call him a heel now, because he did accept the chair shots. He gave chair shots to everyone in this match, and he kind of went wicked with the chair shots. So it kind of seems like, in essence, he turned heel, which means he's a bigger face than ever. But if they want to go down that route, they can always have him actually embracing the heel turn, making this team unified, or they can break him up, having the club turn on AJ Styles tomorrow night, maybe bring in another prominent figure, maybe not yet Finn Balor. Maybe not yet. Maybe it's not yet his time. Maybe it's somebody else's time. Now, the ending of this match was fine because of what happened next. Roman Reigns pins AJ Styles off of a spear. One spear. Took two Styles Clashes. Not even a phenomenal form. And Styles Clash on a steel chair, which was his finisher forever, might add. But one spear defeated AJ Styles. Okay, that's fine. I'll wipe it under the rug only because Seth Rollins comes back, delivers a pedigree, which I'm still unsure about for his finisher. The curb stomp just seems kind of out of nowhere. And I think in essence, that's what we all love. We like the out of nowhere moves. We like the RKO no matter what. I mean, Randy Orton can be boring as hell, but still, the RKO is one of those moves that electrifies, just like the rock bottom or even the attitude adjustment. These moves aren't very big moves, but they are very impactful in the way that they can come out of nowhere and do anything at any given time, just like the phenomenal forearm. That can be given so many different ways. Sweet Chin Music's another one. Can be given so many different ways from so many different positions. I think that's what we need more than the pedigree. But he comes back, he gives, without entrance music, without the camera panning down to the back or anything, comes down, turns Roman Reigns around as he's celebrating the championship win, gives him the pedigree, holds up the championship to a bunch of cheers. I hope they're not trying to make him a heel because Seth Rollins is now a babyface. He is the biggest babyface in this company and probably the biggest babyface on the planet. There's nothing they can do about it. They're just gonna have to roll with it. He can come out there and say whatever he wants tomorrow night, but in the next pay-per-view at Money in the Bank, he is going to be the biggest babyface, and he's going to get the biggest babyface pop out of anyone there. And Roman Reigns will continue to be booed because of the way he's being booked. Now, overall, this pay-per-view has its ups and downs. I liked it. I'm okay with the finish only because of where I see where we're going. And it looks more and more like we are going to get a Shield triple threat match sooner rather than later. I'm cool with that. I like that idea. Now, the biggest question is who wins Money in the Bank? You don't have Seth Rollins in it. You don't. You don't have Seth Rollins in Money in the Bank because looks like he's going to be facing Roman Reigns for the championship because he never technically lost it. So now where do you go? Do you go Ambrose? Biggest win of his career, technically speaking, even though it was a very lame match. Or do they see the response that the match gets? They go AJ Styles and kind of build upon that. Or do they build a mega star out of Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn? Do they go down that route? I don't know. This is a very toss-up-y one because you kind of knew before who was going to get it and who wasn't going to get it besides Sheamus. Of course, you didn't know Sheamus was going to get it because why would Sheamus get it? Why ever would he get it? Why would he touch that briefcase? It's not his. Don't do that again, please. Don't do that again, please. But, I mean, you kind of always know who's going to come away with it. You knew Seth Rollins was going to get it. You knew John Cena was going to get it. You knew Randy Orton was going to get it. So, all in all, you really don't know this year who's going to come away with it. Of course, they could announce the participants that it could be all former world champs again, and then, we're kind of screwed. But all in all, we really don't know who's going to come away with this, and that's very exciting to me. It's also very exciting that Rollins is possibly challenging Reigns for the championship. Raw tomorrow night should be very exciting, and I'm very excited to see where we go from here on out. Storylines look very promising. The women's division, I really do hope we get a B story. I know the Emma thing was very unfortunate. I kind of wish Dana Brooke would still go in her place against Becky Lynch. I really wish they wouldn't shoehorn her into the technically main event scene of the women's championship. I don't feel like that's the right move right now. I really don't, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. I really wish that this would have been just a breakup between Charlotte and Rick. But, we can always get what we want. I certainly can't get what I want, and that might not be what you guys want. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight below. Please, I love talking to y'all about all this stuff. I love going back and forth with y'all and seeing what your thoughts are on certain things, especially within wrestling, because y'all have your opinions, I have my opinions, and, sometimes we differ, and that's okay. Sometimes we're the same, and that's fine too. Tonight, I feel like Roman Reigns didn't deserve all of the boos that he got in the "you still suck" chants. I didn't feel like he deserved that. That's 2 consecutive main events. Yes, granted, they were carried by AJ, but he was also part of it, and he had to kind of put on a different kind of role. Now, of course, I don't like the whole all this stuff and doing the hand gestures and stuff like that, but still, Roman put his part in. Reigns did what he was supposed to. And he made Seth Rollins look good at the end of the day. Because, of course, he couldn't have. He could have just fell and made him look like crap. But he made AJ look good. AJ made him look good. I don't feel like he deserved all those chants. But, hey, that's wrestling. That's what we love. That's what we love doing. That's what we pay the tickets for. That's what we watch for. We watch to form opinions. We watch to discuss it with one another because we have that passion, that burning fire for this business because we love it so very much. We have for the longest time. So with that being said, I thank y'all so very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe. I really do appreciate it, as always. So thank you so much for watching. That was my Extreme Rules review / thoughts / spoilers. But all right, I'll catch y'all later. Thank you. Goodbye.